Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for the week of September 11th through September 17th. Hope your month is going great. You are one of the signs that has been asked to slow down, reassess, reevaluate, release. Okay, Aries, for you guys, the big re for all of these retrogrades is release. Now, I know your overall monthly was very focused on letting go of the past so that you can move forward. You know, it's this, I believe you're the sign that got the rubber band effect message. So a big way to do that is to really allow ourselves to feel our emotions and express them in a manner that's releasing. And like, I'm getting this like needing to free ourselves of our inhibitions, right? And just like... I'm visualizing somebody screaming in the middle of the woods. So you need to accept that your emotions will help guide you to where you're trying to go. So embrace that water energy. As fire, you know, you can be scared of water putting out your fire, of emotions putting out, you know, the core essence of your Aries self. But all the benefits all the elements can benefit each other. So just keep that in mind when we're moving forward, that you can really utilize your emotions this month, because you also need to keep in mind that there is an Aries full moon at the beginning of October. So see September as this perfect time with everything slowing down to finally release the things that are holding you back so that you can really charge forward in that Aries manner that you want to. I mean, you are leaders. You are able to take your passion and drive forward. So know that all of this shadow work, if you will, again, twice now they've popped up in the shuffle, okay? So you really want to allow yourself to release, to feel, because it's going to release this, all right? So please, the tarot is really urging you to really allow that emotional cleansing into your life, and do not fear it, okay? And not only emotional cleansing, but emotional vulnerability too, all right? Like I said, we're scared of water as fire because we're afraid that that water is going to put out the fire. So if you want more information on how the elements work with each other, check out part of my parenting astrology. I have a working with the elements video. Now, if you aren't a parent, you can still watch these videos and just get as much information as parents can with how to navigate relationships and heal your inner child. Because at the end of the day, we all have the ability to heal our inner child by being the parent of our inner child. But really getting a glimpse of all of that recognition and winning that you Aries strive to achieve by utilizing this emotional completeness, maturity. It's going to take you here, all right? You have no idea how much allowing that water in is going to fuel your flame. All right, so let's take a look here. What do we got for Aries the week of September 11th through September 17th? Wow, yeah. I mean, and answering the wake-up call by utilizing, again, that emotional maturity and completeness is going to step you up to that King of Wands energy, which is the ultimate fire master, if you will. And that ultimate fire is going to be connected to liberating yourself, all right? And allowing yourself to shine exactly how you want to shine. So that is amazing to see for you, Aries. All right, interesting, yep. Okay, so this is going right along with the theme I told you. All right, so your energy for this week is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is negative thoughts. It's the thoughts that keep us up at night. It's questioning our choices. It's doubt. It's all of the negative feelings that keep us up. So we can't, okay, So a lot of people have been getting this message. Just because something's gone a certain way every time, if you think, well, that's the way it's going to go, then it's going to go that way. And in the past, you know, you've probably been hopeful of like, this time it's going to be different. And then it wasn't. And again, that's that, like, you know, that fear, right? Because you've been burned before. Okay. And it's hard to burn fire, you know? So these thoughts might be keeping you up at night. But if we can rein it in and be mindful of these thoughts I am releasing, I am done with these outdated patterns, you're really going to be able to shift. But the key to this month and this week and next week is shifting your perspective, okay, Aries? The biggest thing for you is to shift your perspective. Now, just remember that, you know, these thoughts, they're going in and out. It's like you're a radio and you're getting all these different frequencies, but what are you tuning into? Okay, so definitely this week, pay attention to what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're associating with. How do they talk? You know, is it all negative stuff? Is it all about, you know, what's going on wrong with the world? And it's not saying to bury your head in the sand, but you have to shift the perspective of everything that's happening is for the greater good. And, really allowing yourself to take the responsibility of your emotional autonomy and release this. Because the energy from last week that is bringing into this week is a lot of forward motion, okay? So like I said, remember, it's retrogrades, okay? There's like 6 or 7 planets in retrograde right now. So this, because of everything slowing down, you're overthinking, like, oh my God, well, it's not going to work out. And you're expecting something to happen right away and then it doesn't. But this forward motion, it's still there. It's just been slowed down a bit. So you're still moving forward, right? It's like you're on the elliptical and instead of, you know, the easiest speed, you crank up the tension and like you're still moving forward, but it feels a little harder. And so therefore you're thinking that you're going backwards. You're not going backwards. You're still moving forward. And next week's energy being the 4 of Wands, this is a highlight of shifting that perspective. Okay, so something's coming in next week that's going to bring you back here, okay? So remember, this too shall pass, but again, don't get lost in the thoughts. The more time you spend, it's not saying negative thoughts aren't gonna pop into your head, but it's saying that the more time you allow them in your head, the longer they'll be allowed to plant themselves and the seeds will grow and flourish, you know? So let's tend to our mind garden, if you will, and pay attention to what we're allowing into our thoughts and our emotions. And in a result, our actions, okay, Aries? But I really see this as positive because this is not a major crucial thing. It's just this minor thing that we have to just be mindful of how we're thinking about certain situations in our lives. But I mean, the fact that last week and this week is showing that this is like a little hiccup, okay? So again, see where all these planets in retrograde are in your chart and what signs rule it. I always suggest some astrology. Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth, Donna Stellhorn, Stillwater Alchemy. They're some of my favorites to stay up to date with the transits and how they might affect you in your chart, okay? Like you can't control whether or not it's gonna rain, but you can bring an umbrella if it's raining. So stay positive because again, like you're gonna see these rewards coming. You're gonna see the synchronicities. You're gonna have that excitement, okay? But a big part of that is how we see. Are we paying attention to the things that are going away, or are we stepping into this new paradigm of the judgment era, okay? So a great way to shift this energy, if you get into this low vibration, think of everything you've achieved so far in your life, okay? Look how far you've come, because at some point what you have now is what you dreamed about, okay? And so the more you can look at that and see that pattern of getting stuck in our thoughts and how much that affects us, you're gonna see everything that you have to celebrate. And what I love about this too is this is ruled by Venus and Aries, okay? So self-love, let's remember self-love, Aries, all right? So even if there have been things, I'm feeling like the past 6 months have been a big emotional transformation for you, Aries. And so let's bring some self-love. Look in the mirror and what can we be grateful for? What can we why do we love ourselves? Okay, so let's really work on that. I would really highly suggest too, this is the perfect week to pick up some resources related to shadow work. I mean, YouTube, obviously, great resource. There's even shadow work journals that with writing prompts to really help you release this. Like, this is coming from somewhere, right? You don't just have these thoughts pop in your head. So, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take an empowering question. We're gonna ask, what empowering question is gonna help Aries release the Nine of Swords? What empowering question is gonna help Aries release the Nine of Swords? Because, like I said, this is a hiccup. When you look at last week and next week, this is a hiccup, okay? So it's not saying to ignore it. Please don't ignore it, but definitely don't give it power over your situation. Because, yeah, I really hope everybody sees this retrograde month as a good time to just reflect, replenish. Like, so everybody's getting different prompts. You know, you are getting the prompt to rethink and reassess, right? And, you know, some people need to replenish. Some people need to revert. Some people need to realign, you know, so definitely do not see anything going on this month as an indication that you're not on your path, because you are on your path. Okay, what sign, or I'm sorry, what empowering question is going to help Aries for the week of September 11th through September 17th. There it is. All right. Well, there we go. So if there was ever an empowering question to help shift this Nine of Swords, what am I thankful for today? Okay, Aries, so like I said, you're not going to control whether or not these thoughts pop up in your head, but you can transform them. Think of yourself as an alchemist, right? Utilize that fire to transform your thoughts. What am I thankful for today? So I hope you enjoyed your weekly tarot reading. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and share with other people that you think this reading might resonate with. And please subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot on YouTube for more updates on when new videos are uploaded. And as always, check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more in-depth look at the week. And if there's a specific planet that you feel you're struggling with, check out the corresponding video to that. For instance, if you are having difficulties with communication, see what sign rules Mercury in your chart, and then watch the corresponding video. But yeah, you've got this, Aries. This is positive, all right? So even though it's a Nine of Swords and you might have these negative thoughts, you're going to see the results of doing that work and just showing up with gratitude. Have a great week.